Starting.
All right. So imagine you're employed, you're getting ready to take over shift, take over for your counterpart, and all of a sudden, 30 minutes later into your shift, you see something happening, and you think World War III is going on. So today, good afternoon. I'm Jacob Parker. So today I'm going to talk to you and teach you about the Battle of Qashm, otherwise known as the Battle of ConocoPhillips, which occurred in Syria in 7 February of 2018. We're going to go over the setting, the battle, and the aftermath and implications of this battle. So with that, let's get started. So firstly, let's look at the setting. So Qashm is a town in Diyarbakir province of Syria. So here in kind of southeast Syria. It's a small town, very rich in oil fields. So we have the Euphrates River, which was our separation between the pro-government and the U.S. forces in Syria. The U.S. having the northeast portion of Syria. And Qashm lies just on the northeast side of that river. With that, we had a team of special forces and Syrian defense forces stationed out near that area to protect the fields. So now that you know your setting, let's move on to the actual battle. So the actual battle of this, the battle began late February 7th. After pro-government for Syria, troops had been amassing in the town right across the river for multiple days, according to the publication We Are the Mighty. According to Kevin Maurer, there was approximately 40 U.S. service members mixed in with the Syrian Defense Force, so 40 total there, against 500 enemy personnel, so pro-government forces. Later to find out that some of the 500 members were a part of the Russian Wagner Group, which is a private military contracting company. So that night, on the 7th, the pro-government forces started pushing across the river to go into Qashm and take over the airfield using artillery as cover. So the U.S. responded pretty significantly to this, of course, with air power. So with this, we launched UH-60s, F-16s, gunship, AC-130 gunships. We had already had the drones overhead watching our troops and watching the enemy forces get pushed across. So when it was finally said and done, according to David Brennan, there was approximately 100 to 300 pro-government forces killed with no U.S. injuries at all. However, there was one injury for the Syrian Defense Force where he sprained his ankle running over the berm. So the battle was pretty intense, lasted for roughly 3 to 4 hours. And then now we're going to look at the aftermath and implications of this battle. So the aftermath and the implications of the Battle of Qashm could have easily ignited World War III. Americas versus U.S., right? U.S. versus Russia. So with this, we've seen tensions increase between U.S. and Russia. It also proved that Russia had been using the Wagner Group as mercenaries on battlefields, which is never good. And then as far as military lessons, it showcased the effectiveness of the U.S. forces' ground-to-air communications and coordination, and demonstrating the dangers of unclear lines of engagement during proxy wars. So as you can tell, the aftermath and implications of this battle could have changed the world as we know today. So in conclusion, I talked about the setting, the battle, the aftermath and the implications of the Battle of Qashm, aka the Battle of ConocoPhillips. And I'll leave you with this. Though it only lasted for a few hours, the Battle of Qashm revealed how fragile boundaries are in today's conflicts, where shadow wars can become front page news overnight. Thank you, have a good day.